Hey, Rink Rats, welcome back to Season 9, Episode 13. Unfortunately, our mood has changed since last week. Hawks were 5-0-1 in 6 games last time we talked. Now they've dropped 3 straight following Bedardgate, I guess you could call it, or following the Bedard incident against the Winnipeg Jets last week. Or you could say since André Burakovsky got knocked out of the Blackhawks lineup. And we'll get into that in a little bit. What's up, fellas? Happy almost Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving week, Sean. Happy Thanksgiving week, Jimmy. Jimmy has a new T-shirt. Tell us, Jimmy, what is that?
Well, I'm very thankful for this T-shirt from 500 level after
Excellent.
Oliver Moore had a multi-point game. I believe that was against Calgary at home.
Sure was.
So I won this shirt. First thing my wife said when I put it on was, "Wow, that really fits your figure well." So, gentlemen, if you want a shirt that really makes the women in your life, swoon, go to
Perfect.
500 level and pick yourself up a T-shirt. And
There it
use
is.
code the Rink26 for 30% off and really woo the women in your life with these lovely shirts. Like this one right here, Frank the Tank, obviously Frank Nazar. And it's not just Blackhawks. It's any sport, baseball, football, college, and professional, and even WWE for all, you wrestling fans out there. So I'm feeling all right. Blackhawks are on a little skid, but I got this shirt today, and it really upped my spirits.
Love it. Wow, that was Sean. You're up next. Good luck.
Yeah, I don't
That
know
was
if
a
I
hell
can
of a, that
follow
was a
that.
hell of a pitch there, Jimmy.
I don't know if I can follow that. I got a Bedard shirt from 500 level a couple weeks ago. My wife also loved it. Pretty cool. I wore it on last week's podcast.
Sure
This week I'm just sporting the Marian Hossa red jersey. And this Hawks hat, if you can see it, for quite a while I was getting compliments on this whenever I wore it out in public. So generally a summer hat though, because it is kind of a trucker mold. And I was lucky enough to go to the Notre Dame Fighting Irish Syracuse game on Saturday and see Notre Dame put up the most points in a game since turn of the century, like 1938.
Very exciting.
Yeah,
Very exciting.
football team is good. Their hockey team, not so much.
Nope. But their hockey team will be just fine as long as Notre Dame bias always reigns supreme in society, which I'm sure it will.
In hockey, I don't know about that. In football, maybe, sure.
Dudes. So they've lost 3 straight. Dudes says, I am Skokes. Skokes, good to see you, buddy. Glad that you're here. Yeah, Blackhawks, a little bit of a skid here. I mean, I don't know. I guess not too much to worry about here. As Jimmy, and I think you were saying it in the DMs the other day, young team, and this is kind of expected. But it did kind of happen abruptly. They were 5-0-1, going into that game. Sorry, I did say Winnipeg. It was not against Winnipeg. It was against the Seattle Kraken, up 2-0, playing great going into the third period. And since then, it hasn't smelled like roses. They game got tied up 2-2. Then we saw Connor Bedard. That should have been a penalty called. Sure, he lost his mind, waved his stick at the ref. Unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, game over. They score on the power play. Then they go to Buffalo and just lay an absolute egg. Get blown out 9-3. They clearly weren't over the night before. Last night was a good effort, though. The Blackhawks played really well last night. They lost 1-0 to the best team in the NHL, the Colorado Avalanche. And Scott Wedgwood had an unbelievable game. And if the Blackhawks play like that, they will be on the right side of most hockey games. Jimmy, where are you at with this club right now? Now, all of a sudden, if the playoffs start today, they're over 500, but they're not in the playoffs. I know it's still really early, and you could win 2 straight games, 3 straight games, you're in. You can lose 3 straight games, you're out. How are you feeling about things?
I just feel like just last week we were so high that I almost feel like we just set ourselves up for disappointment. So I'm not getting too low. I just think this is the growing pains of a team learning to compete.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to go through skids. Guys are going to be out of the lineup, and you're going to have to learn to pick up the production when they're out of the lineup. Case in point, Burakovsky. I think missing him on Bedard's wing is very evident. As much as I do like seeing, Green and Bertuzzi up there, Bertuzzi he gets his best work when he's playing with Bedard on the power play. It doesn't make a lot of sense when he's on the same line. There's just a little bit of a mismatch. And I also think this team is missing Foligno.
Okay.
sure, he's a fourth liner at this point in his career, but he is the captain. He is the guy that during games can reel in a team when they're being, a little bit emotionally volatile. And you're seeing that, Foligno's a guy that with his play and with his, leadership on the bench, he can calm down a riled up team. And this team just, it feels like a lot of mental mistakes, but nothing you feel like a team can't mature past.
No.
So I'm still optimistic. It's a tough part of the schedule. They've been playing a lot lately, and losing 1-0 to the best team in hockey, I'm taking that,
Yeah.
So
of the 3 losses, and Sean, let me know if you agree with this too. I mean, of the 3 losses, I think the Blackhawks have had 4 of the 6 periods that were the 2 games that they lost. The one that they lost in Seattle, the one that they lost against Colorado, the 2 games at home, they outplayed their opponent in 4 of those 6 periods and lost both hockey games. In a sense, you can look at it that way. Buffalo beat them. The Blackhawks were deplorable that game. They were awful. But I don't know. I mean, Sean, if they play the way that they've been capable of playing, can they get out of this pretty quickly?
I think so. They've played, like you said, they played really well. I thought the first 2 periods against Seattle, that second period was probably their best second period of the season. It was the best hockey we've seen from them. Everything was going on all cylinders. And then they lost Burakovsky, which, like everyone said, I think he's so crucial to Bedard on that line. The zone entrances that he provides, especially on the power play, are huge to that. He also is really big on the puck battles in the corner. So I think that was a big loss. But I did, like you said, against Colorado, they outplayed Colorado the first and third period of that game. Like, Colorado tilted the ice against the Hawks in the second period, but 2/3 of that game was owned by the Hawks. Scott Wedgwood just stole the game.
Like, lights out.
It was his best performance of the season. Probably played him on the Team Canada in the Olympics. People are saying
it's possible.
The national pundits are saying that Wedgwood could be the third goalie on Team Canada, and the way Jordan Binnington is playing, probably number 2 behind Logan Thompson. I do think the Hawks played really well. I think one of the big things they're missing with Burakovsky too is that Ryan Green, as well as he's been playing, he's got to put the puck in the net.
Well, he can. I was going to say Ryan Green can do a lot of things. One of the things he's not great at is finishing.
Yeah, he had 4 A+ chances in the first period, and that dramatically changes the course of that game if he puts in 1. So I think when Burakovsky comes back, like Jimmy said, Bertuzzi moving down to that second line with Frank Nazar, who's struggling right now, and Ryan Donato, I believe. No, Oliver Moore. I think that'll help that line too. So just missing some guys. I will say another positive thing, Jason Dickinson being back. He was great last night. Like, Jason Dickinson was playing physical. He was winning faceoffs, which was huge. And I know Ben Pope put it out a couple weeks ago, and I know we kind of discussed a little bit, but my hot take after last night's game is I think they re-signed both Dickinson and Mikheyev.
What?
Short-term deals, maybe a year, maybe 2, but I think they re-sign them both. Because right now, who's going to replace that production? Like, who's going to –
I don't – yeah. Okay.
Who's going to replace that?
Well, you still don't know what you might have coming. And I think that to claim the Mikheyev, sure, because the penalty killing factor. We don't know.
What's Jason Dickinson on a 1-year deal going to do? It's not going to kill you.
It's not going to kill you, but it's not going to but I mean, don't give him like $3 or $4 million. I mean, how many games is he going to play next year? 30?
We don't know. I guess we don't know what we don't know in that regard.
We don't know.
The value he brings to the current team is a known quantity as opposed to, yes, the prospects have a bunch of we have Nick Lardis, we have
I guess if you
want Fordell, but you don't know. You don't know what they are.
Keep them.
Yeah, I'm starting to agree with Sean. I think the big thing is in terms of center depth with our prospect depth chart. I don't see a prospect that's like, oh yeah, he's definitely going to be the 3rd, 4th line center going into next year, as going from wherever he is right now, whether AHL or outside of professional hockey, straight into that role. Now, I think Ryan Green, his skill set is prototypical third line center. When everyone's here, I think that's where he plays.
Yeah.
But then you still need a fourth line center. I think Dickinson fills that role immensely going into next year. I don't think there's a better UFA center right now. I don't think there's a guy coming up in the ranks. I mean, let's look at the AHL. Who's the center right now?
No, it's hard. I agree with that point. This is a good point that Skokes brought up earlier. I keep flashing this up there because we do need to touch on it. But Nazar does not seem like he's 100%. And I don't think he probably isn't right now.
I think Jimmy mentioned something about that earlier in a chat, right?
Even before he got hurt in that game in Calgary, he just looked slower. I think he did have hip surgery, I think the year after his draft year.
Yeah, because he had a gruesome injury.
Yeah, and I think he irritated something. I think he's playing through it. I think it's pretty obvious on the ice he doesn't have that strong first stride. I think he's not as aggressive in the offensive zone. I feel like he's almost playing a self-preservation game. I think with Nazar, you almost wonder if he just needs a second opinion and maybe more time off. He hasn't seemed healthy the entire month of November.
No, and I agree. But with the comment with Isaac Guerrero, there's plenty of cap space next year. There's ample cap space, and it's going to keep going up. All I'm saying is that if you can do better than Jason Dickinson, I'd like to see it.
Obviously, you could. You might be able to. But
it could be Bedard, Nazar, Green, and then a fourth line guy. And maybe that's Jason Dickinson. I just he is 30 years old. His body has taken a pounding. He will probably be out again at some point this year. I mean, there is a reliability factor here. I mean, he was great last night, but I don't know. I'm not rushing to the bank yet.
I mean,
I'm not there yet.
I pulled up the list of upcoming UFA centers.
And hold on, before you say that, Jimmy, I know Kyle Davidson's free agent philosophy, which I will have an article coming out tomorrow morning. It'll be posted tomorrow morning about how free agency, as we know it, is dead. Kyle Davidson doesn't go big game hunting. So he kind of goes the middle tier, lower tier free agent class. I think Jason Dickinson fits in that lower tier, and I think he's going to be cost effective. So sorry, Jimmy.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the rest of it.
I'll probably get hate mail now because I don't like Jason Dickinson.
But. No.
I don't dislike Jason.
No, nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that.
You know our.
We just know his limits. It's just.
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine seeing the Jason Dickinson era in Chicago being over. That's all. Yeah. I'm okay. You're
all good. You're all good.
I get it.
It's not a controversial.
I think the argument is it's not going to come from a UFA. It has to come from within, and I don't think there's someone from within that can start 2026 and be more effective in Jason Dickinson's role than Jason Dickinson. I mean, here are the upcoming UFAs at the center position. I'm telling you, you're going to be extremely disappointed. Kevin Hayes, Anders Lee, Nick Schmaltz, Christian Dvorak, Charlie Coyle, JG Pajot, Alex Wenberg, Boone Jenner, Eric Halla, Scott Lawton, Alex Kerfoot, Adam Henrique, Colton Sissons. I'm going to be honest. I'm taking Dickinson probably over everyone not named Nick Schmaltz.
I'm taking Charlie Coyle over Dickinson in that scenario. But again, I'm not thrilled about it.
I mean,
I wouldn't be like, wow, great, we got Charlie Coyle.
Yeah, Charlie Coyle 10 years ago.
In that situation, it's I'd rather just deal with the guy that's been here for 2 years and the locker room likes and everyone knows and he knows his role instead of being like, hey, let's take a risk at this possible.
I didn't mean to cause the Jason Dickinson controversy here.
You did. That's exactly what you did, Sean. Now, stir the pot. It's good. We should argue every now and then. It's good for our relationships. But I do think,
communication, man.
Sean's point with the cap going up, we're not going to see UFAs being a huge deal for a few years here.
No,
it's just going to be a little sleepy around the UFA market. Kyle Davidson will not do that. All I'm saying is that if you can make an upgrade somehow down the middle via trade, maybe that center isn't in it. We don't know what Anton Frondel is going to be. He's not going to be a fourth line center.
No.
Is he going to be a center? Is he going to be a wing? Will he be with the team next year? My guess is yes, but I don't know. And you do need to hit the cap floor. I mean, you do.
You do.
Do you reward Jason Dickinson for missing half the season again? Sure, I guess. But
I
don't know.
mean, they can't re-sign Shea Weber, so
No, they can't re-sign Shea Weber. They can't. But that'll be interesting. That'll be interesting. The Mikheyev piece, I think his penalty killing skills and what he brings to the table, and he still has speed.
Yep.
If speed is the name of the game, then you keep Mikheyev around.
Yeah. I think any team that wants to win a Stanley Cup championship is looking at Mikheyev like this is the perfect bottom six winger on a winning team. I think the Blackhawks struck gold getting him with a second round pick.
Yeah, his penalty killing alone is worth.
I wouldn't trade him at the deadline either if they're out of the picture.
I think I saw a tweet. Ben Pope said he might legitimately be the best PK player in the entire league. And I can't hear an argument against it.
The only guy
Ben Pope likes his superlatives. We know that.
The only guy on Frank Saravalli's or Daily Faceoff's list of potential trade pieces for the Hawks is Connor Murphy. That was the only guy listed.
Sure. Yeah.
And that makes sense because you have my boy Creever, aka Louis Crevier, who probably could slide into that role and take his minutes, and they could go to a traditional 12-6.
Yeah.
If they wanted to.
A cannon of a shot that he has.
Yes. The second highest recorded shot this season, 103 miles an hour or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
It's crazy. He's one of the best defensive 5-on-5 defensemen in the league right now.
And he has he's like top 5 in points.
Yeah. Something like that.
And he's a defensive defenseman, 7th round pick, but he is huge.
He's a big boy.
Literally and figuratively.
Yeah. What did I in the black jerseys, I think he should be called the Dark Tower, like Stephen King's novel said, because he's that big.
Call him the Tower of Orthanc. I don't know if many people will get that one.
Yeah.
Nerd alert.
Nerd alert, sorry.
No, it's all good. Yeah, well, it'll be interesting. I don't know how or where the Blackhawks will decide to make upgrades. They do need to make upgrades if they want to be more competitive next year. I mean, the Blackhawks could very well miss the playoffs this year, and it's okay if they do.
Yep.
The expectation should be playoffs next year. No question. I mean, you can't now. The blueprint is there. The young guys are playing. This team has to make the playoffs next year. They do. And so I do hope that Kyle, with his draft capital and with some prospects, does feel a little bit of urgency behind that, because you don't want to waste years. You just don't want to do it and say, oh, just wait and just wait and just wait. When a lot of the guys are ready to go. And I still think they are one left-handed defenseman short of being really competitive. Is that Korchinski? We still don't know. Jimmy, how's he doing down there?
He's probably the best defenseman in Rockford right now. I think Nick Lardis, who, by the way, has finally taken the goal lead away from Oliver Moore. I think he has 9 goals now. I think he's 18 points in 17 games.
Leading all rookies in scoring.
Yep. He is.
So we will see him this year at some point.
It's getting to the point where we probably will. I'm thinking probably after the new year. I think they're bringing them up kind of in the same situation of Oliver Moore. You'd rather just see him permanently and be like, hey, here's your runway, go. We're not going to give you like 3 days. Just be like, hey, welcome to the show. Now go back. It's like, if we're bringing them up, we're bringing them up. You're staying. But yeah, bringing it back to Korchinski. He plays a more physical game. Like he's not a Crevier or a, Vlasic or Murphy kind of deal. But you finally watch him go like, oh, like he's figured out to have a job in the NHL. You have to like be a physical defenseman. He plays bigger. He plays stronger on the puck. He's very much a distributor. I think if you were to call him up now, you'd put him on power play too, and let him go because he can really move for the puck. I think better than Rinzel. Heck, maybe even better than Levshunov, because the defense on the power play currently in Chicago is not great. And I think,
and they use 2 defensemen on the second unit, right? Right now, they're using 2 defensemen.
Yeah, it's Grzelcyk and Rinzel. I think they're running a classic 3-2 or traditional. But yeah, I'm really impressed with Korchinski. I think he's taking strides this year. But if you look at his box score, you wouldn't think that because he doesn't have a goal. He has mostly just assists.
Oh.
Yeah, let's see. Sorry, but let's go to Isaac's comment here. Foligno will retire, Reichel gone, Lafferty won't be back, Doc and or Slaggett at best 13th, 14th on roster going forward roster, if that. Room for cancer up front down Lardis. Would love a short-term free agent. But, now that's a key thing, but who's going to accept short-term? Especially with the money that is out there.
Well, maybe
Charlie
package, maybe
Sorry.
Maybe you package Slaggert, because Slaggert seems to be like the fourth. I know Tab Branford said on the pod 2 weeks ago that like they love Slaggert. His name was still on his locker when he went down and came back, but like he's kind of in that like Sam Lafferty bottom of the roster forward mix. And if somebody wants that to open up a spot, maybe you move him, because eventually you're going to have to move some of the prospects they have, right?
Well, I mean, Jimmy, you've said this before, though. How many would the Blackhawks have 5 picks in the first and second round, or 6 picks in the first and second round combined this spring?
This coming draft. And they still have 5 first-round forwards that they have already drafted that aren't even in the show yet.
Yeah, exactly. And we've said this before. Maybe this is the year that you do package something for a known quantity in the NHL.
Yep.
And you go get a forward who is good and can help the team, and people that want picks that see something in the draft that they want. The Blackhawks really haven't done that yet. I mean, they did they picked up Burakovsky, which was huge, but at the same time, I mean, it's I don't know what Kyle will do if he makes all these picks with all these prospects that they have waiting. Yeah. Because some of these guys just aren't going to be around. To your point about Slaggert, I mean, someone's going to go at some point.
Yeah.
It's just not. So I don't know.
Yeah. And I mean, if you look, Isaac brought up 2 forwards, Doc and Slaggert. Who would you rather keep? To me, it's Doc. I think Doc is.
Right now, it's Doc.
Yeah, I think Doc is perfect for what this team needs in a young player.
Isaac, thank you for your comments. These are great.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
Yeah, really awesome. Yeah, I mean, I everyone is so curious about Cancerov and Frondell.
Yeah,
and then anticipating that Lardis might be game ready next year. I don't know. I mean, crazy to think about. But then again, you do need to hit the cap floor somehow, some way, and all these guys will be on entry-level deals.
Well, but also what Connor Bedard's contract extension, which I believe somebody said
Frank Saravalli
said 12.8 million or something like that.
I think Saravalli said the range was somewhere between 12.5 and 15 million a year. Mm-hmm. My guess is I didn't see the entire Frank Saravalli clip. But my guess is that AAV is highly dependent on the term. Maybe he'll go 4 years, but it'll be 12.5 with an expectation like, okay, in 4 years, like that money's going to go up with the salary cap. And if he goes like, okay, I'm going to go 8 years, that's going to probably be closer to 15 because I want that higher number for the longer term. So it's very interesting. I don't think the Blackhawks are in any danger of losing Bedard, obviously.
No,
but I think the Blackhawks have a very clear understanding, like, hey, in-house guys first, in-house contracts first. July 1st is half a year away. I'm not going to worry about anyone that's going to be there because odds are they're not going to be there based on how the last 2 months have gone. The only big names out there left are Artemi Panarin and Alex Tuch. I'm going to be honest, I'm not super interested in either of those guys.
No,
I'm not interested in the money they're going to command. I like Tuch. I like Tuch a lot. I think he's a good player. I'm not paying him more than $10 million a year.
Isn't Tuch's an RFA? Panarin's the only big UFA, right? Or is Tuch an UFA?
I think Tuch is an RFA.
Yeah, I mean, and Nick Schmaltz would be the only other young UFA. We already saw that experiment. Stan Bowman didn't even like it. So
Tuch is a UFA.
A UFA. I thought he was an RFA. Okay.
No, he's a UFA. Do you guys think Cal McCarr makes it to July 1st? He's going to be an unrestricted free agent.
Likely no.
No.
Yeah.
Likely no. Yeah.
Teams have so much more money now. They're not going to let they're going to pay the guys they know as opposed to
Rasmus Anderson
unknown quantity.
Mike Matheson, not a fit. I mean, all the top UFAs right now that are still around. John Carlson, no.
Schmaltz, Schwartz.
No, it's just So the UFA is it's not good.
It's terrible. Like
Yeah.
the tweet that BR on Ice put out in last summer saying this July 1st, 2026 would be like it could be like the forecasting of an epic year. I think I used it in my article coming up. Legitimately, the only name on that list that has not been signed is Artemi Panarin. Everybody else on that list, they listed off, has signed an extension with their current team.
Yeah.
Teams aren't.
By the way, someone's going to overpay for Panarin because he's just going to be the only one get there. He's going to.
I think Nick Schmaltz is going to be the big winner because he's 27 years old and he's showing out in a contract year. Somebody's going to be dumb enough to pay him.
Someone's going to give him like 8 by 12.5.
Yeah, which is Nick Schmaltz.
What about Jack Roslovic?
Roslovic?
Yeah. I mean, isn't he a UFA? I mean, he's got
17. Yeah, he's underpaid right now.
Yeah.
He's in.
Is he more of a winger right now? He's in Edmonton. Is he more of a winger?
Okay. He's a winger. I think they play him as a winger.
Anyway, I don't know. We could go on and on. I mean, we don't know what we don't know. But the Burakovsky being out, just going back to that, that's been a huge impact over the last few games. And hopefully, did he practice this morning? Didn't he?
He did. I think he practiced separately from the rest of the players. If I kind of understood,
so he was. Yeah, because it was him and Laurent Brossoit practicing early. We had some more Casper the Friendly Ghost sightings with Brossoit showing up at the rink.
Yeah, Brossard.
What could you get for Brossoit if Detroit?
Brossard, yeah, that's what
I don't know what you do about that. Yeah, is he off the books after this year?
He's off the books after this year. It was only a 2-year deal.
Yeah. Okay.
So maybe they try to trade him when he's finally healthy. Mm-hmm. There are some goalie strap teams. Edmonton,
Detroit,
Winnipeg.
Yeah. It'll be a reunion for 2 of those teams.
Yeah.
Let's shift gears here for a minute to NHL officiating. Obviously, the Bedard thing, we saw that. That was a penalty. But then last night was wacky again.
The Bertuzzi thing was insane.
Well, there was a broken stick. A guy leaned on his stick, and they gave Dickinson a penalty for slashing his stick. Bertuzzi. Or was that? No,
that was Dickinson. That was
Dickinson.
Oh, I apologize.
So earlier in the game, a guy leaned on his stick. It snapped in half while Dickinson was kind of making contact with it, and they called it a slash that his stick shattered. Dickinson. And then the Bertuzzi thing, a Colorado player slashed another Colorado player's stick. They threw Bertuzzi in the box, and they huddled up and said, actually, it's not a penalty. Bertuzzi had a lot of things to say to that official that were, if you read lips, were markedly worse than whatever Bedard said when he got that penalty the other night for unsportsmanlike. But what is going on out there, guys? And a lot of people are on Twitter saying that the NHL officiating has been really bad this year. I don't know of any other circumstances, maybe other than there was so much confusion with that Rantanen hit against the Islanders where he was interfered with and then kind of put his arms out and dumped someone into the back of the boards. But have you noticed any trends in officiating? Obviously, it hasn't gone in a great way for the Hawks lately, and that might just be circumstantial. But what do you think, Shawnee?
I think the officiating is – I mean, it's a tough profession. Let's be honest with ourselves. Nobody's going to get it right 99% of the time, or even maybe even 90% of the time. But some of the misses have just been egregious lately. To quote the great Jim Deshays of Marquee Sports Network, egregious. Tyler Bertuzzi in the Buffalo game in the first period, he caught a minute into the game, he caught a stick in the face. It should have been a high stick, wasn't called. That probably could have changed the trajectory of that game. I believe there was a slash missed on, was it Ryan Donato? Later?
He was tripped by the goaltender.
Oh, right. He was tripped by the goaltender in the Avs game, right?
Well, no, that was Buffalo.
Oh, Buffalo. That's right. They're just missing calls all over the place. And then I think there's some controversy in that Rantanen got 2 misconducts. He's only getting the mandatory 1-game suspension. They're not tacking on any other games to that. That came out today. So I just think officiating in general has a lot of eyes on it because right now it's not going well.
Yeah, it's one of those things, and I don't want to call conspiracy, but it just feels like very certain teams, especially the good teams, are getting the favorable calls. Like I was watching Colorado, and even my wife, who's she likes Colorado because it was the first team she ever saw in person. She turned to me during the game and was like, "When is Colorado going to get a penalty for knocking these guys off like to the ice away from the puck?" I was like, "Thank you." Like I feel like half the time I'm looking at another side of the screen and a Blackhawk player is being pushed down to the ice by a like Avalanche player away from the play. It's like why is this not being called? Why are these guys getting like pushed to the ice? It's really weird. It just you ever get that feeling like, or like I forget what the saying is, like when you're good, everything goes your way, like even the officiating, and it feels like it happens like every sport.
Yeah,
it feels like double right now in hockey. Like
Yeah.
Colorado, I've watched their last 2 games against Nashville and Chicago. They got some real favorable calls. There are like times where I'm like, what is going on here? Same with Dallas. I've seen it with Dallas. I've seen it with Edmonton a little bit. Tampa has gotten a couple calls. I'm wondering if there's, I don't want to call it conspiracy, but I'm wondering if there's like there's general just belief, like if you're a seasoned team, if you're a better team, you're going to get the calls just because of the officiating, maybe looking the other way, or you have a reputation with the officials that they will swallow the whistles with you. But
well, I think everyone's scared to death of Nathan McKinnon. I know I am.
Oh yeah.
He runs very, very hot, I've heard.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. He's a very determined individual. And I honestly think that there are officials in the league that look at Connor Bedard as a little brat. I don't agree with it.
No.
And I'm obviously a Blackhawks fan. Did that dude the other night, I forget his name, the referee in the game, did he make a decision that affected the outcome of the game after he missed a call? Yeah. He did, and Blashill was very open and honest about that. Did Bedard need to stop playing, get in his face, and wave his stick at him? No, he didn't have to do that. I think that had he kept skating and turned around and barked a little bit, but he really Bedard did make a spectacle of it.
Yeah,
he really did. So I think that's a learning moment for him too, and he owned it. He owned that part of him, and whether or not he believed in what he said afterwards and saying that he has to react differently to that, he did own it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it did seem a little like to your point, Jimmy, if you're a little bit more of a veteran presence, like maybe Tyler Bertuzzi has earned the right to say some of the things that he did last night to the official because he's been around.
Sometimes you do earn the right to call an official an effing moron to his face. Now, if you're a lip reader, this last week of the Blackhawks have been
it hasn't been great.
Favorite time, Blashill, Bedard.
Both Seattle games have been marred by a controversial call, the non-goal in game 1 that resulted in a Seattle power play that they scored on.
And I will say, I really appreciate Blashill's approach to officiating. Night and day compared to Sorensen. Sorensen seemed to just like surrender to it. I like Blashill just being like, yeah, these are bad calls. Like I'm going to call out this officiating. It's been pretty bad.
Well, and did Blashill was so upset, like he kept asking for the official who made the call to come explain it to him, and he never did. Yeah. Which usually they do. Usually they tell.
Yeah, that was very cowardice. I'm sorry, but like you got to own what you just did, and you got to get you got to tell the head coach why you did that.
Yeah, you made a call that you know.
Can't just walk away from that. That is absolute cowardice.
Yeah, you made a call in the most important time of the game, in a tie game with less than 3 minutes left.
After missing a call. Yeah.
You're going to have to defend that.
Angel Hernandez-esque. I know it's a different sport, but Angel Hernandez-esque.
Time for, I always hear this idea on social media, and I love it. Time for some officiating press conferences. Let's get a mic in front of these guys and let them defend their choices.
Boy, that'd be fun.
Boy, there'd be some hate mail in that one.
Yeah.
Let's go positive here for a minute. Mason West. Let's talk about Mason West. Jimmy, I'm going to give you the floor on this one first, since you need a Minnesota football team to cheer about.
Yeah.
We don't have one. Right? They are dust.
Thanks for the reminder.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Can Mason West take JJ McCarthy's job? I'm sure he'd be better.
But let's talk about Mason West. What a story. What a neat story. And what's your takeaway from that? And actually, I mean, most people are enamored with it, think it's the coolest thing since sliced bread, but you do have some people out there that are like, well, he should be playing hockey right now. What's your take?
he called a shot. I mean, he said at the draft, like, "Hey, I want to go back because I want to win." And he said, "I believe my high school team can win a state championship, and I want to be there for it." And he called a shot and he won. So, like, I mean, good on the kid for being confident. I'm not opposed to him playing, because where is he going to play? He's playing the USHL.
Yeah, Fargo.
Let's be honest.
He hasn't been sitting on the couch for 3 months.
Yeah. And no offense to USHL, it's not the most competitive league. Like, there are great teams and bad teams. It's the parity in that league is not great. So I'm not overly
the entire league. Here we go.
Well, if you're an athlete, be an athlete, period.
Be an athlete.
Be an athlete, period. I'm so like, there are a couple people out there that were like, well, what if he got hurt? Well, what if he got hurt playing hockey?
Right.
Don't give me this. Well, you can only get hurt in your primary sport, and that's the only way it can be okay.
Yeah. And I look at what he played and the position he played, and I think that's almost the perfect, like, sport to play if you're not playing hockey as a hockey player. Being the quarterback in a very physical game where you have to be both very physically dominant and mentally tough and just smarter than everyone else on the field. I didn't get to watch a lot of Mason West football games, and I don't watch a lot of high school football. But, I mean, you got to be a smart guy to quarterback a team to a state championship, especially in Minnesota, where, high school football is pretty big. Not as big as high school hockey, but it's pretty big up there.
Here's a guy, you knew this is what he wanted to do, and there's no way that they did not know this before the draft.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure this was crystal clear that they knew.
He told every team, and that's why teams
Well, but that is why Kyle Davidson drafted in to get him.
Right.
He traded into the first round to say, we want that kid.
Yep.
Like, you want the character guy. You want the guy who wouldn't want the kid that shows up at his meeting saying, like, look, I'm going back to do this with my teammates. I owe them this.
Yeah. And what
Greg says, oh, you really shouldn't be doing that. Maybe you shouldn't have that job either. I mean, I think it's awesome. I think it's really, really cool.
Speaking of his confidence.
In the era of specialization where kids focus on one sport and only one sport, and if they don't make it and scouts, it's so cool that Mason West is just an athlete. He's a really good athlete who plays hockey, but he's also really good at football. So you let him play. And Greg Olson had a tweet about this is how big it's gotten. Greg Olson of Fox Sports, the number 2 color man, probably should be number 1, tweeting about how, like, it's so awesome that Mason West got to win it for his community. Like, aside from high school, like, high school sports is the last time you play for your town or your high school. Like, everything else, like, he has no choice. He's going to go play for Fargo, North Dakota, and then he's going to go play for maybe the Rockford IceHogs. Like, that's not his community. Edina is his community where he grew up. He was so excited about, like, members of his the city being there, like, people calling him. And not only that, like, he's a first-round pick in high school in Minnesota, of all states that understand being a first-round hockey pick, and still, like, rooting for him to go win the state title. It was so cool. And if you haven't, like, he's done all the shows. Like, I listened to him on Morning Cup of Hockey with Johnny Lazarus and Colby Cohen, and he said he modeled his game. Like, his dad was roommates with Sean Payton in college at Eastern, and he rooted for Drew Brees. And he said, when I saw Drew Brees do press conferences, he was so well spoken. So that's how I wanted to be. So, like, when he does these interviews, he's very well spoken.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, like, that's a kid that's already thinking ahead. You want that guy in your hockey organization. I'm sorry. Like, it's going to be awesome. And then he's going to go to Michigan State, where that program is just a machine. They just churn out guys, and they probably make guys better. Like, Porter Martone is one of the leading scorers in the NCAA, and everybody was knocking that. Could Porter Martone's game translate to the next level? Sure as hell is translating in college hockey. Probably will translate to the next level now.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to the best program in the country next year as a hockey player.
And he wasn't offered by the University of Minnesota to play hockey. He wasn't offered by the University of Minnesota to play hockey. Michigan State was the first one to offer him. It's such a cool story. I'm excited.
It's neat.
Yeah,
you want that guy around.
Yeah. You want, and he's an athlete, and Davidson's shown that he'll take athletes. He's going to be a project. So they took him at the end of the first round. He's going to have a longer leash, similar to what Sam Renzel had. But it's not like they need him right now.
No.
Like he could finish out this year at Fargo and then take 2 or 3 years at Michigan State.
Yeah, may as well. Yeah, I don't think he's not going to be a one and doneer at Michigan State.
No.
I don't think that's
just make sure he doesn't turn into Dominic James, where you missed out on him because you had too many prospects. But yeah, awesome story.
Yeah. And another thing about Mason West, dude grew up a Blackhawks fan. Like he was on Spit and Chicklets, and he was talking about like, oh yeah, I grew up with like Patrick Kane posters in my room. Like I always loved the Blackhawks, and
and he's Jimmy. He said he was a Bears fan too. I know that must really burn you. That's probably why you went mute, because he said he was a Chicago Bears fan. Jimmy, something's going on with your audio.
Something's wrong. Hold on.
Now we can hear you.
We good?
We're good.
We're good.
My phone randomly just connected to the laptop. But anyway, another part of that Spitting Chicklets podcast with Paul, like Bisnet goes, did you tell the Blackhawks that you were a Blackhawks fan going on? He goes, oh yeah, absolutely. I let them know how much I appreciate the organization. I'm like, whoa, this is a 17-year-old kid basically calling his shot to the Blackhawks. Like, yeah, I appreciate your organization. Like, I would love to play for you guys, and I hope I'm on your list. Like, that's cool to see. I mean, man, these first round picks is in 2025. Nestrasil, West, and Frundell. Oh man, can they get to the NHL quicker? I feel like they're the type of players I think this organization just needs: size, grit, personality with the skill. Oof. This is going to be a really good draft class.
And we might even see some of that next year when AJ Spellacy goes to Rockford. Oh, like I know people were high on their own supply about AJ Spellacy, but he's an athlete. He played football. He's physically developed already. Scouts have said he looks like a grown man at 19 years old. So we're going to see how that translates next year. Maybe he's a gritty forward that they have up at the NHL level, because they don't really have much size on the forwards. Their defensemen are redwoods, but their forwards are a little short.
Redwoods. I like it. Well, so that Wednesday night they're playing the red hot Minnesota Wild, who, Jimmy, would you say they're 10-1 in November or something like that?
9-1-1.
9-1-1, still pretty darn good.
And Jasper Walsh said 2 shutouts in his last 2 starts, and the other goalie had a shutout. They've had 3 in their last 4.
Good, they're ripe. Bring them on in. I'm ready to get after the Wild. This fake rivalry that Minnesota fans think that we have with them when we don't. But we're going to beat them this time around. Sean, you said you had some trivia for us. What do you got?
I do. Okay. So with Kyle Dubas being at the Hawks game last night, scouting, obviously, Connor Bedard for Team Canada, because Kyle Dubas is a member of the selection committee for Team Canada. In the NHL era, who is the youngest player that Team Canada selected? In the NHL era.
The NHL era. Can you give me the year that he played? Or are we not there yet? Or Jimmy, do you not want that yet?
Yeah, it's a little too early.
Too early for that. Okay. Eric Lindros, 1998.
Eric Lindros is not correct.
No.
Guy Lafleur.
The NHL era.
In the NHL era.
Okay. Well, he played for the NHL.
No. But the Olympics did not allow the United States.
Oh, that's right. I always
not
forget. I always forget about that.
Don't
Jeremy Roenick. No, that's too early.
Also American.
You're
talking on Team Canada, or does it matter?
Or is it anyone?
Team Canada. Team Canada.
Okay. I thought we were just doing general.
Korea was older.
Joe Thornton?
Jumbo Joe. That's actually.
I'm trying to think of like draft years and Olympic.
Drew Doughty, 2010.
Drew Doughty is correct. He was 20 years old when he was selected to Team Canada.
Yeah.
Do you think we're going to get another rookie defenseman to join the Olympics after?
I don't know. Matthew Schaefer's making a hell of a case.
Matthew Schaefer might have the.
Yeah, he's so good.
Awesome. He is so good. That is wild how good he is. Yeah, I mean, they were talking. I forgot who was mentioning it the other day, but it's like, do you make room for Colton Parayko or do you just throw Schaefer in there? I don't know.
Colton Parayko has been awful this year.
Correct. That's why they were debating this.
And Schaefer's been so good. Schaefer's been so good. I have one other question if you guys are interested. It's a different sort of question. So at the old Chicago Stadium, the Chicago Blackhawks locker room was downstairs. How many steps did the Hawks have to go up to get to the ice? They talked about it a lot in the Madhouse documentary the originals on YouTube.
47.
No, way too many.
20, like 13.
23.
Close.
21.
No cigar. 21 is the correct answer. They went up 21 steps.
I win.
As Jeremy Roenick said,
he loses.
Jeremy Roenick said it was like the gladiators coming out of the pit to arrive in the Coliseum.
Could you imagine if they still had that nowadays? Just imagine Connor
Bedard. Roenick or Telios was saying you knew if you had your legs or not when you went up those steps before the game.
Yeah.
So just some crazy
stuff. Speaking of throwbacks, I don't know if we talked about it on the last pod.
Here they come.
Those black jerseys, were they announced Friday, I believe?
They were announced Friday.
Friday? Yeah. I mean,
I bought one.
Oh, you did already?
Who'd you get?
Well,
you're getting a blank one.
It's a Christmas present for my son.
Oh, nice.
What player?
Connor Bedard.
Oh, hell yeah! There we go.
He said he wanted 98. I would go, really? Like, come on, what about another guy? You've already got a red Bedard. He goes, nope, just 98. I'm like, okay.
Dude, 98 all day.
Yeah,
I don't blame
he doesn't listen to our pod, so we're good.
We age restrict the pod, don't we?
We do.
Yeah.
We do.
I drop a few F-bombs so he can't get in.
And you could customize, like, if you wanted a Louis Crevier black jersey, you can get one.
That's the best defenseman on the Blackhawks.
Hey,
they're flying off the shelves.
And I guess CBH shop was sold out within hours of launching them. Fanatics went out shortly thereafter. Apparently, Fanatics has replenished their stock, and I know they're flying off the shelves at the Madhouse store at the United Center. So
incredible stuff. Now,
it's exciting.
I was maybe a little too young when like the black jerseys were like really in style. I feel like that when I think black jerseys, I think of like Daze and like Amante. Yep. Like, I gotta ask you guys, like, what does seeing the black jerseys again like mean to like fans of that era?
Well, it's fun. A lot of people think about it very negatively because the Blackhawks went from they went in like 95 and 96. They were really good. They made it to the conference finals in 95, 96. They lost to the Avalanche in 6 games, and it was a really good series in a year where the Avalanche went on to win the Stanley Cup. And then the following year, that 96-97 season was when they brought these jerseys in. And that's when they really started to take this dramatic dive and never recovered until their Stanley Cup era with Kane and Taves. So a lot of people identify those jerseys as these very down years, but they were so cool. I had a Tony Amani jersey. My sister had a Bob Probert black jersey.
Oh, those are both.
If she still has it, I might ask her for it.
Those are so cool. Both
that was cool. But yeah, Daze, Zhamnov, Steve Sullivan. You see Steve Sullivan black jerseys out and about. Yeah, I think it was Mario actually that referenced the other night when he went to the Blackhawks game and someone had a black Mark Bell jersey.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that somebody had a black Mark Bell jersey.
Yeah, those are some lean years with the ABC line, the Arneson, Bell, and Calder line. Boy, were they. That was a tough time in Chicago. So I don't know. I mean, I always thought it was cool because I was in high school when those things came out. So I thought they were awesome regardless of how the team was doing.
Yeah. And
so it doesn't bring back any bad memories. And everyone I've talked to from the guys that are my age, I think it's pretty badass that they're back. The only one I would rather see come back is the 75th anniversary, the 91-92 throwback.
The Barber poles.
Yeah, the polls. I love that. I don't know. I thought that was really, really cool. But this is going to make a lot of money for the Hawks. And
the promo, like how they released it with like referencing Michael Jordan, his "I'm back" letter to the league, and then like
the facts, the I'm back facts.
yeah, the
that
"I'm
was
back"
awesome.
facts. That was super funny because like it's associated with the same era, you know, like
Yeah, it was 94.
90s, and then
It was 94 or 95 when he said that fact because he retired.
Those promo pictures too,
94.
incredible. I'm gonna say it because the kids say it. They have some aura, man. Like that picture of Levshunov, like with the visor where it's like blacked out and like the black jersey and the black background. Incredible. I'm gonna say it. Aura. Artie's got the aura in that picture. So does Bedard. I mean,
well, to you, Artie's got the most aura of.
I mean,
I think you have a little bit of a man crush on.
Can do no wrong.
Can do no wrong.
Artie with a great indirect pass. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Guys, did you see how he looked up the ice on that?
Artie fell down and he got up right away. Oh my god!
I love it. I had a buddy of mine text me and he goes, "Yeah, I don't know about this Levshunov guy." I go, "He just turned 20 years old."
Yeah, I think he's the only defenseman in the NHL under the age of like 24 that has double-digit assists.
Yeah, and what was it that Tab said about him? He said bumper cars or something. I forgot what it was. It was a really good reference though.
Didn't he?
Something about bumper cars or bumper pool and him just bouncing around everywhere. I don't know. He pulled it off. I'm not doing it any justice, but whatever.
No.
Tab,
go back like 2 shows if you want to hear that reference. It was a Tab Bramford episode.
There you go. So real quick before we depart, in the world of the Chicago Blackhawks, what are you thankful for right now, Sean Fitzgerald?
I am
leading up to Thanksgiving.
I won't say. I'm going to say Jeff Blashill.
I like it.
I'm going to say Jeff Blashill because we have a coach with a system, a structure. The Hawks seem to play within this structure and play well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think even though they have a 3-game sit, I think they're a team on the rise, and Blashill's the guy leading them there. So I really like his hire.
Got it.
So I'm thankful for Jeff.
Awesome. I like it. What about you, Jimmy?
I'm thankful that we get to talk about the present Hawks without rolling our eyes and begging us to stop talking about the present Hawks.
Yeah.
We are both experiencing a fun present and an even more exciting future. You know, getting out of the dumps is something all fans love. And I'm very thankful that we're looking at the season and going, man, playoffs are still in the picture. During American Thanksgiving, it hasn't been like that in about half a decade.
Yeah, it's been. I mean, they're what 10-8-2 or 10-8-1 right now.
Yeah, they're still in it. You know,
they will be over 500 going into Thanksgiving. Did not see this happening.
No,
did not see this happening. We
incredibly
were talking.
Incredibly thankful.
Yeah, talking in the summer about lottery again.
Yeah. Incredibly thankful. That Florida Panthers might get us that lottery luck.
I don't know. Stay hurt.
Yeah. Stay hurt.
Stay
Keep
tired.
having grilling accidents.
Stay tired. Stay hurt. Yeah, I am thankful for Kyle Davidson. I will say it. I think our, you know what? I'm going to say I'm thankful for Danny Wirtz and Kyle Davidson right now. I think ownership has done a great job. I think Kyle Davidson is the right person for this job, and it's starting to happen. And it's really been fun to watch. So there you go.
Hear, hear.
There it is. Anyway, well, folks, gobble gobble. Happy Thanksgiving, Blackhawk fans and hockey fans around the world. And be well, and hope you have a safe and warm Thanksgiving holiday with those you care about the most and your families. And as always, wish the Blackhawks well on Wednesday night, Thanksgiving Eve, as they take on the Minnesota Wild. And let's get a win before we gas a bunch of turkey. Sounds good.
And then a win after we eat some
there
turkey
you go.
on Black Friday.
There it is.
Every member of this pod will be there.
I will be there.
All right. Nice. But let's
debut of the black jerseys.
Yeah, let's take care of those turkeys from Minnesota, eat some turkey, and then win on Black Friday, Black Jersey Day.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm thankful for our listeners.
Thank you. Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you for our commenters tonight. Yeah, Isaac Guerrero,
Skokes.
Thank you so much, and anyone else who's out there who listens.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, and happy Thanksgiving, everybody, and have a great night.